he's been represented by Suresh. Now, this is Deshabandu Tom Ellawala. He's a developer of the mango variety, a pioneer in both the mango field and the gem industry. In appreciation of his service to the country, the President of Sri Lanka bestowed the title of Deshabandu to Tom in 2004. On completion of training at School of Agriculture, Tom spent his early years planting rubber in the village of Ellawala on land owned by, I think, his family land. During this time, gem mining was hobby, and he was one of the first to mine in the famous Ellawala jungles. So Suresh is going to present he's going to give the lecture today, and he is going to tell us about the potentials of TJC mango varieties. So here we go. Suresh, Ellawala, all yours.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure. So let me share my presentation on the screen, and I will move on. I hope I can manage it in 10 minutes, but let me start.
Yeah, you have to move on your slides, Suresh.
Hold on a minute. Stop.
Oh, I can do it from here if you.
I got it. Yeah.
Can I do that?
Hold on a minute. Share. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I've kind of lost it. Yeah.
All right. Let me do it. So you're going to pay me for this, right? There you go. Here we go. Can you all see?
Thank you. So today I will talk about the TJC Mango, or as we call it commercially, the TJC Mango. Can we go on to the next slide? Yes. So this mango variety was identified and developed by my father, Tom Ellawala, as was mentioned by you. It was developed over a period of about 20-25 years. Let's go on to the next slide. I will. Yes. So we started cultivating mango in Dambulla in 1992 on a property that we leased from the Maha Valley. And at that time, we collected all the varieties that were available in Sri Lanka, and there were imported varieties as well, right? And then along with that, we started experimentation. Next slide, please. Yes. So sometime in the early 2000s, my father started evaluating and doing research on all the varieties that we had. And at that time, he had a Filipino gentleman who was a consultant to the Department of Agriculture, I believe, or in one of the international projects. Juan Carlos, who helped him, and it was the two of them together that discovered this variety, and they named it Tom EJC, right? Tom for my father's first name is Tom, and E for Ellawala, which is the company name as well, and the JC is for Juan Carlos, his friend from Philippines. So one of the, yes, next slide, please. Yes, so then one of the special characteristics of this mango is that we are able to get crop for 8 to 9 months of the year, with two main seasons, which are July, August, and November, December. But it's unique in the sense that we have flowers, small fruits, mature fruits, all in the same tree. Next slide, please. Yes, so we consider the TJC one of the world's biggest and juiciest fruits. You get fruit that go up to even 1.3, 1.4 kilos, but the average weight of a fruit is 600 grams. Next, please. Yes, and it's a fruit with a beautiful golden orange skin. It's an unblemished skin, which is part of our technical knowledge in how we've developed it. And it has excellent flavor with very low fiber and a smooth flesh. Next, please. Yes. And also, it has a small seed, which means there's more flesh to eat. In fact, 600 gram or 700 gram fruit can easily be dessert for a family of 4. So another important characteristic of this fruit is that it matures slowly. From the time we harvest it, it takes 7 to 10 days to be ready to eat, which gives it enough time for us to take it even to the export market. Actually, with export markets, you can delay the ripening a little bit more for it to go up to 14. We are working also to take it up to 20 days at the moment. So from a commercial point of view, the TJC mango is a very profitable crop to grow, and we've encouraged other people to come on board and grow it. This was really one of my father's main objectives, because once he discovered the variety, his realization was that this was an asset for the country, and it's something that we need to share. And especially the dry zone of Sri Lanka has very limited number of commercially viable crops, and we believe that this can be a very important commercially viable crop, and even for the Jaffna Peninsula or the northern province is really an ideal area to grow this variety. If you look at some of the numbers quickly, we look at about 60 kg from a tree, which is really 100 fruit, right? And a farmer can get an income of close to ₹1 million from an acre of mango, which is really valued at 150 rupees a kilo. Today, the mango retails anything between 400 and 600 rupees a kilo in the retail space in Colombo. Next, please. A little bit about how to grow it and what's important, right? With anything, to get it right, the important thing is that you must start with the correct planting material. And as Dr. Wilson mentioned, varieties lose their characteristics over a period of time, especially with hybridization taking place from generation to generation. So it's important that somebody who wants to grow something commercially buys the plants from a good source. And we've had the original parent stock of TJC, and wherever possible, I mean, who's worked with us, we've ensured that they've got good planting material, and we've given them training, know-how as well, along with that. Next, please. Yes, so TJC is something that you can grow using irrigation systems. It's really required in the first 3 or 4 years to make sure that the plant grows well and sturdy. As was mentioned earlier, you can look at different planting densities now. When one is looking at planting densities, it's very important that rainfall is analyzed, because in Sri Lanka, even our dry zone quite often has more rainfall than dry zones of many other countries. So vegetative growth can be substantial, and it's important that you pick a stand that matches your rainfall and your soil conditions. Yes, next please. Yeah. So in managing the trees, weeding regularly is important, especially if there is a lot of rainfall, because pests and disease comes along with poor field management. The important thing is that we recommend mechanical weeding rather than using chemicals, because today we've got to protect our soil, we've got to protect our water sources, along with getting a commercial crop. So mechanical weeding is encouraged at all points, and in fact I think herbicides in most instances are banned in Sri Lanka. Along with that, after every season one needs to prune the trees and manage the trees well, make sure that sunlight comes into the center of the tree, which also prevents the spread of pest and disease. Let's move on. Yes. So we're running out of time, so I'll try to wrap up as quickly. So when one tries to develop a good tree, you look at the shape of the tree and try to get a triangular shape, and so that good sunlight comes to the center of the tree. Yes, as I've mentioned about pest and disease, so integrated pest management is what we recommend. Using pheromone traps, fruit bagging, etc. enables you to have good quality fruit with minimal usage of chemicals. So as I said, it's possible to get a good quality regular crop. It's a very regular breeder, so management is important if you want a good commercial crop. So improving of quality is really, as was mentioned previously as well, fruit covering bags, managing the maturity of the fruit, which we along with our bagging, we use techniques of which Dr. Shanti has helped us with as well, in knowing exactly when to harvest the fruit and developing a maturity index, controlling pests and diseases, and improving post-harvest handling as well. These are just some pictures to show you our plantations, the bagging, the way we box our fruit for exports, and how we collect the fruit from the fields. Next please, yes. So this is our pack house that we use for exports, right? We generally pack 5 kilos in a box, and it's between 7 and 9 fruit. We sell into the local market, there's export market, and as well as to the processing industry. Export markets are primarily to the EU, Middle East, and Maldives. Right now we are challenged by because of the lack of flights and the high cost of air freight, but that's part of the challenge of doing business. Next. So along with selling fresh fruit, which is invariably TJC mango is best as a table fruit, but along with that, so that a grower can sell all his crop, we've also developed other products like jam, chutney, dried mango, and pulp, juices, sliced products, canned products as well. All of these are possible. We have developed an outgrow program as well, and in that outgrow program we supply the growers with planting material and technical know-how, as well as a buyback program. We conduct field visits. We also have an in-house training facility as well for our growers. So thank you. That was a very quick presentation. I hope I shared some knowledge with everybody who's listening.
Yes, Suresh, that was very eye-opening. You know, we love to eat the mango. I mean, but you know, you showed us how to grow, how to pack, how to get it to the market, and that was very, very useful presentation. Thank you, and wish you all the best for the future of the mango industry and your company. And you should be really proud of your dad, Tom. All right, let's.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure
Excellent.
being here.
In the meantime, we have